Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. If you are brand new around here, and I love to talk out about affordable living and intentional homemaking. And today on the channel, we are actually going to take some time to talk about New Year's resolutions, or should I really say goals? I feel like a lot of times when we say New Year's resolutions, we kind of think of that as we're taking things out of our life. We're going to either lose weight or, get rid of this particular item or whatever it may be. That's not specifically what I mean. I'm more so talking about all of the different goals that I have for 2023. I'm super excited for this year. We're going to have our second baby this year, so it should be a really wonderful time. So here are some of my goals, and I hope that they help inspire you if you're trying to make a resolution list. And I would love to hear what your New Year's resolutions are down in the comments, or your goals. That would be so wonderful. I love to chat with people in my comment section, so please let me know what it is that you are excited for the new year. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So the very first goal on my list, it is my most important goal of the entire year, honestly, is to have a happy and healthy delivery with baby number 2. We're due in February, and I am so excited to meet our sweet little boy. It is going to be a very exciting time for our family. I also know it's going to be a very crazy time for our family, and I don't want to have any complications or whatnot. I'm doing my best to make sure my body is in its absolute best condition. I mean, let's be honest, Christmas has kind of thrown that in for a loop a little bit, but for the most part, I am doing my absolute best to keep my body in great shape and ready for my happy and healthy delivery. One of the things that I'm going to be starting in the next few weeks is actually pelvic floor therapy. I want to start it before my delivery so that I am good to go. I'm also going to be doing it after my therapy, and I just want to make sure, my body is in top shape for all of that. So that is my first goal, and the thing that I am most excited for 2023 is adding a new member to our family. So my second goal, actually, and we are already in the process of working on this, is to remodel our third floor and move up there to make it our master bedroom. We have been working on sprucing up our third floor for a few months now, kind of playing with it here and there. We really kind of started in September. That's when we kind of made this grand decision to move on up to our third floor. It is a ginormous room. It is, I think, 20 by 20 square feet. It is the width of our entire house, is one big room, and we're going to be moving up there with our new son, and we're going to be hanging out up there for probably at least the first 6 months before he then will transition to his nursery on the second floor with his brother. So I am excited to continue working on that. We only have 8 more weeks left to get it completed, so we are trying to hustle through, and I'm definitely going to have some videos in the next few weeks all about some of the things that we're doing to transition the third floor, remodel it. So definitely be paying close attention for when those videos are going to be coming out, because I am so excited. We have had this third floor the entire time we've lived here, and we'll be here 10 years this summer, and we've never actually used the space. With only 2 of us in the house for the first several years that we lived here, there was really no reason for it. We kind of had it as a little bit of a storage space. We've also sort of had it as a bit of a guest space. So we're going to be transitioning all of that. It is technically our 4th bedroom. So we're going to be transitioning all of that so that we can move up there. Our current master bedroom will become our guest room, and then the 2 boys will also be in the other 2 rooms on the second floor. So I'm super excited for that, and that is a big lofty goal, because like I said, we're on a time crunch because baby's going to be here sooner rather than later. So my third goal of the New Year's, this actually goes with my second one about remodeling the third floor, but that is to declutter the space that we are going to be turning into the nursery. I used to have a candle company before 2020. 2020 kind of destroyed a lot of things, but one of the things that did not really survive past 2020 was my candle company. So I used to have an office in our second floor that I used to keep all of my items for the candle company. We're going to be transitioning that into our second son's nursery. It's a very small room. It's actually the smallest room in the house, but it'll work perfect for him for a nursery for about a year or two. And then we're going to transition both boys into one single room so that they can share together. So for the next 2 years, that will be his nursery space. So I am trying to get all of the stuff decluttered out of that space. Also, my closet has been in that room for all of these years because we live in a house that was built in 1913. So the closet space is very minimal. That right there is actually our coat closet, and that is about the size of every closet in our house, except for the one that is in the nursery. The nursery one is actually quite large, so I have been using that one for, well, basically since we bought this house, and my husband has always used the closet in our bedroom for all of his clothes, a lot of his work shirts and whatnot. So we are going to be transitioning up to the third floor. So I'm going to be clearing out all of the clothes that are in the closet there and kind of decluttering all of that stuff. Again, I have a lot of decluttering content coming up for the new year because we are going to be doing a lot of that throughout the house and kind of minimizing all of our stuff. We moved in and just kind of put things everywhere, and now I've been slowly over the years going through room by room and just trying to get rid of as much stuff that we don't need. And honestly, I feel like once you do that through the whole house, you have to continue to do that because you accumulate more stuff over the years. So all of that to say that I want to go through that entire room that I've had a bunch of my stuff in for the past basically 10 years, and I'm gonna get rid of the majority of it, move the stuff that needs to move up to the third floor to our new master bedroom will be moved up there, and turn that into the nursery. So I will again have tons of content of that transformation over the next few months, but it's not a top priority for me at the moment because, like I said, our son is going to be moving into our bedroom for the first few months, so I can kind of make the downstairs nursery space his or mine actually. I can make that downstairs nursery space sort of a secondary priority over the third floor that definitely needs to be done before baby gets here. So that is what we're going to be working on for the immediate future, and then we'll have the nursery to be worked on also in 2023, but later on. And then also rolling into my fourth goal for the year, I just want to declutter the house as a whole. I have decluttered different rooms as I go, but I always think it's important to re-go through a lot of your spaces. I know that we have a couple of junk drawers or drawers that maybe collect bits and pieces of paper over the entire year, and then you have a completely full drawer and you're like, what the heck is even in here? So I want to go through the entire house, declutter different rooms, again, declutter different closets, try to get all the nooks and crannies that have been not been paid attention to over the last little bit, and just kind of get rid of some of the junk that we don't actually need anymore or we're not getting any use out of but is taking up a lot of space in this house, because I am done being weighed down by junk. I don't know about you guys in your life, if you have a minimal house or if you have a lot of stuff, but stuff tends to give me anxiety. My family will definitely tell you this. If the house is not clean and organized and straightened up, I'm usually a little frazzled because just the stuff being around the house gives me anxiety and stresses me out. So I like to have a clean slate. And also I've said this in a previous video, I am not a minimalist by any means. If you go through a house, you look through a house, there's a lot of decor, there are a lot of photos, because something that means a lot to me is family photographs, seeing just all of our memories over the years. So I do have stuff out, some nice home decor or whatever. I'm not somebody who just likes a blank wall with nothing on it. But I also don't like to have piles of junk on the floor or a lot of things hanging out. So I want to try to declutter as much as possible and kind of lift that stress and that weight off of me, off of the family going forward in this new year. So my next goal that I am super duper excited about, I don't know why I did it too, because I think it's like goal, I'm on goal 5, I think. But you get what I'm saying. My next goal that I am super excited about is my husband actually got me the pasta attachments that I was talking about in my Christmas gifts for her video. I'm super excited. I use my KitchenAid mixer all of the time, basically weekly, sometimes a couple of times during the week. I get plenty of use out of it. But I've never had the pasta attachments, and I have been dying to get my hands on them and try my hand at making my own pasta from scratch. It's one of the few boxed foods that I actually continue to buy a lot of, and I am specifically really excited for like the flat roller one, because when I was pregnant with my first son, Fitz, I made a lot of lasagna for freezer meals and put that in the freezer. So this year, this January, I'm really hoping to get good at making lasagna noodles from scratch, and then I can make a bunch of lasagna for our freezer for freezer meals moving forward into February, so that when our second baby comes, we don't have to stress a lot about what to cook. That's like the last thing that you want to have to worry about when you're a new mom. You want to just be solely focused on healing up and taking care of that baby and loving on your family. And I still want to make sure that our family is getting really good meals in their system, that they're still eating healthy food. So I'm going to be making a ton of freezer meals. So definitely some lasagnas, some different pastas. I'm super excited to like start working with the attachments and figure out how to best make my own pasta from scratch, because I feel like that is a super fun thing to do with the family. And talking about cooking fun with the family, my next goal is to just continue to work on cooking and baking with my son. Over the past month, honestly, or maybe even 2 months, I would say, my son, because it's been like since Thanksgiving, like before Thanksgiving, my son has absolutely loved getting involved in the kitchen. He has loved cooking, he's loved baking, he loves being a part of all of that. So for Christmas, my parents actually got him a learning tower, and he is on it all day long. Like, he's constantly pulling it up to the countertops and wanting to see what we're doing, even when I'm not in the kitchen. Like, I could be in the living room working on something, and he is pulling his learning tower over to the counter because he's letting me know, Mama, I want to cook something. I want to work on something. So I'm super excited to continue cooking and baking with him. I just ordered him an apron offline so that he can keep his clothes clean when he is just making a mess in the kitchen, and I'm super excited. I think that's going to be something fun that we can do to bond together. And then once my second son comes, I'm just going to strap him to the front of me in a nice little baby carrier, and the three of us can cook and bake together and just work on this fun little hobby that not only is a good time, like it's a good thing for your kids to learn how to cook and to bake, especially from scratch. I really believe that, but also it is just something fun that we get to do together, and a good hobby that we get to grow in general. So I'm super duper excited to start working on cooking and baking with my son a lot more. So my next goal for the 2023 year is honestly to really keep my purchasing at a minimum. I feel like this has been a journey over the course of my marriage with my husband, because before I got married, I loved to shop. I loved to buy all of the things, which is probably why our house is filled with so much stuff at this point. But I just love to go out to the store. I love to get so much stuff, jewelry and clothes, and not so much home decor, because before I was married, I didn't have a house. I was still living at home, but just all sorts of things. And over the years, kind of learning more about budgeting while married and learning how to run a household and whatnot, I've started to really understand what is important to spend money on. and what is not necessary. So there is a lot of things that I have started to cut out of my life. Again, not going minimal, because I just don't know if I could ever be a minimalist. I don't know. There's a lot of different thoughts and theories on minimalism. I've watched a little bit of them on YouTube, so it's not something that I would ever claim to be good at or know or understand to its fullest extent. But like, when I think of minimalism, I think of like very white walls and not much decor and very kind of empty spaces, which I think is fine, and I really can appreciate why some people really like to live like that. But I'm more so talking about just all the extra stuff in storage, stuff in my kitchen cabinets, stuff in our closets and whatnot. I just don't want there to be so much stuff that things are exploding. I want to just have what I need that's necessary and get rid of the extra fluff and give space for whatever else it is that may come into our home over the seasons, or to find items that are really going to benefit our family the most and take our time, money, and our budget and use it for those particular things only, so that our family can really just focus on having some time together and not on all of the stuff that is accumulated around our house. So for a personal goal of mine that is kind of more family oriented and more just focused on something that I want to get better at, but I want to continue to bring good content to my YouTube channel and continue to help inspire people with different affordable living options or with different homemaking skills. I love that intentional homemaking concept, learning how to cook from scratch, learning how to take care of your house, learning how to only have necessary things around you. All of that I really love to focus on in our life, in our family. So I want to continue to bring that sort of content to you guys, inspire you guys. So if there is content that you are specifically looking for or interested in, please put that in the comments below, because I want to be able to inspire you guys. And the best way that I can do that is when you let me know what it is that you are interested in learning about, seeing how we do, all of that kind of stuff. But I want to continue to build that, and on top of that, I want to continue working and honing in on my editing skills, because I actually learned how to edit videos years before I ever started a YouTube channel. I actually don't even think I was married yet. I'm trying to think back. I don't think I was married yet when I learned how to edit videos. Or maybe I had just been married for like 1 year when I learned how to edit videos, and I absolutely fell in love with the art of editing. So I just want to continue to work on that skill, get better at it, and continue to give you guys not only beautiful content, but beautiful editing along with that. So that is a personal goal of mine, to help bring that kind of content to you guys. And then my very last goal for 2023 is actually focusing on white space in life, or quiet space in life. I think the creator is called Emily Lee. She does a whole bunch of kind of journaling type stuff, and she talks a lot about having that white space in your life, but like really loves to talk about like when you have a planner, having a whole bunch of white space. So essentially unfilled in space in your planner, in your calendar, so that you have open opportunities for exciting things to happen with your family, or for you to be able to spend specific time with people that you love, and not be overly scheduled with all sorts of different things that really take up so much time but take away from the things that are most important to you in life. So I want to just make sure that I'm working on that white space or that quiet space this year, where I have just open space to spend loving on my family, making memories with them, and focusing on what is most important in our lives, which is just growing and bonding with each other. So that is my last goal for the year. I'm sure that I'm going to add to this list as I go on, but those are the things that I really want to take my time and focus on throughout the year. And I am just really, like I said, excited that we're going to have a new little baby in this space. I can't wait for all of the baby cuddles and snuggles. Like, we got this brand new couch about a year ago now, and I'm super excited to just cuddle on the couch with him and really enjoy watching the two boys, the brothers, grow up together and really learn to bond and all of that. So it's going to be an exciting year. It's going to be, I'm not blind to the fact that it's going to be a hard year. Going through the newborn and infant stages are not a cakewalk by any means. They are not like the easiest thing you'll ever do. And I know there are some moms that just fall into it super naturally, and it took me a long time to really get into the groove. But now that I feel like I'm into that groove of motherhood, I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to have this new little boy with us. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to the year as a whole. So like I had said in the beginning of this video, please leave a comment down below telling me what is it that your goals are. I'd like to just believe with you that you are going to accomplish those goals, that you are going to rock 2023. I'd love to hear all about that and get to know you guys a little bit more. So with all of that being said, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Please subscribe if you are brand new around here. I really appreciate it, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I can't wait to continue to bring you guys 2 videos a week all about affordable living and intentional homemaking. And I will see you guys really soon. Have a great day. Bye.